We're going to build your entire SLO or self-liquidating offer step by step and click by click. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to build your entire self-liquidating funnel so you can start generating a customer's list as soon as humanly possible. Now, this is part 4 of my brand new series on how to build a self-liquidating offer. Now, in part 3, I showed you how to design the entire SLO from all the upsells, how to design the order bumps, the opt-in page. But more specifically in this video, now that we have the design done from part 3, I'm going to show you how to actually create the pages with the software. That way you can start selling your product. More importantly, I'm going to show you how to create your members area, how to automate everything, and how to create all the upsells and downsells in this video. Now, the coolest part is I'm going to show you how you can access my complete template. That way, all you have to do is fill in the blanks for your specific product and for your specific customer avatar. Now, I've mentioned this in every single video of this series, but I want you to understand the whole purpose of the SLO is that way you can build a customer list essentially for free. So again, if we're putting $1,000 into ads, we want to get $1,000 back immediately on the front end. That way we can liquidate our ad spend, meaning we can build this list that allows us to promote multiple different products or helps us build our business. Now, in part 2, I showed you how to completely monetize your SLO. So go check that out. And of course, if you haven't seen part 1, I show you exactly what an SLO is. So guys, go watch those parts if you haven't yet. Now, last thing I want to mention before we get into the video is at the end of this entire series, I'm going to show you how you can white label my exact funnel as your own, meaning you can use my exact team, my exact salespeople, my exact funnel, and you're going to get 100% commissions on the front end. But you have to stick till the end of this series before I show you how to get access to that. Because my goal has always been to show you the skills of how this works. That way you can go build this out for your own if you'd like. But of course, I'm going to give you the option to completely clone my exact business as your own and how you can leverage my team for you. That will be at the end of this series. With that being said, let's get into the video on how to actually build your SLO. All right, so I'm going to be going through this checklist. That way we can build this entire funnel, and every step is going to be mentioned and nothing's going to be left out, okay? But to make it easy on you, I'm going to be using a Funnel Freedom account. Now, the reason I'm going to be using Funnel Freedom is because it's preloaded with a self-liquidating offer template. So if you recall in part number 3, I showed you how to design the entire SLO, right? I showed you how to create the product. I showed you how to create the squeeze page, the order page, how to create the upsells and the downsells, right? So I showed you how to do all that, but in this specific video, I'm going to show you how to actually build it out in the software inside of Funnel Freedom. Now, before I show you how to actually do that, the cool thing is when you get a Funnel Freedom account, you're actually going to get access to my self-liquidating offer template, which I've charged thousands of dollars in the past for, and you're going to have it absolutely free as a Funnel Freedom user. Now, before I go into the steps, I just want to show you what this is, okay? So as you can see, all the upsells, the downsells, the order page, everything is completely filled out. All you have to do is add your own images, your own copy, but I've made it super easy, okay? So let me show you, for example, what the what the sales page looks like. If I go ahead and open up a page, you'll notice that all you have to do is fill in the blanks, right? So you put your product name here, your pricing, your headline, and as you can see, I try to make everything so you can just plug and play, right? So as you can see, you just add your product name, you add either a video here or an image or however you want to do that. But what I'm trying to say is you're going to get this entire template, even the upsells and the downsells, which I'll show you right here. For example, upsell number 1, I show you, what type of headline you should have. And as you can see, I try to make everything super streamlined. And of course, you're going to be able to add your own videos here. But the whole goal is that way you can copy my exact template, my exact framework framework. Let me show you one more page here. So as you can see, this is the copy that you can use to sell or upsell or downsell any of the products that you have. But don't worry about all those details quite yet. We're gonna get into every single step. I just wanna let you know you're gonna be able to access this template with your SLO. Doesn't matter what you're selling, okay? Basically, you get the template and you can copy and paste whatever product it is that you have. I try to make it as easy as possible for anyone to do this. Let's get into it. All right, so step number one is you're gonna need a Funnel Freedom account. So you can go to www.funnelfreedom.io. Now, again, this is the all-in-one software that's gonna allow you to build all the funnels, your courses, your emails, send text messages, completely automate everything. You could add your courses, your PDFs, all your images, your videos, everything's gonna be held in that account. Essentially, you're not gonna need another software to run your business, okay? So make sure to get an account. So this is what it looks like here. So you can go to, again, funnelfreedom.io. The cool thing is we do give you a 14-day trial, so you can go ahead and fill this out and create your account. So once you create your Funnel Freedom account, we're gonna go to the next step, which is importing my SLO funnel into your Funnel Freedom account. So in the checklist, I actually show you how to do it, but of course, I'm gonna show you how to do it on the video itself. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your Funnel Freedom account and you're gonna click on where it says sites, okay? Under sites, you're gonna go to funnels, as you can see right here. And then we're gonna go to new funnel, okay? I made this super easy. All you have to go to is the templates, hit continue, and you're gonna go to the search bar and just type in SLO, and this is it right here, Self-Liquidating Offer Template. You're gonna click on this guy, and then where it says continue at the top, you'll see you're gonna wanna click on that. And once you do that, it's gonna go ahead and add the template to your account. So it'll look like this right here. Now we can go ahead and come back and edit that, which we will do, but I'll show you. If you go back here, you'll notice that the entire template is now inside of your funnels, okay? So you'll notice it'll look like this. It'll say SLO funnel template. And again, you could go inside of here, and we're gonna go ahead and edit all this in just a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to do is at least get the template inside. Now we gotta do one more thing on step number two. We got the funnel, but the next thing we gotta do is import the form. So if you're not sure what a form is, it'll essentially look like this. This is where you add your name, your email, and you can very easily create this, but I'm gonna just give you my form and then you could go edit it as you need to. So this is a very simple process. Again, we're gonna go to sites, and then instead of funnels, we're gonna actually go to forms. So you're gonna click on forms, you're gonna click on builder, and then you're gonna click on add form. Again, choose from template right there. Again, we can go ahead and type in SLO. And these are all preloaded, guys. I created these for you. That way it's just super easy to create and model my exact form as your own, okay? So just click on this, hit continue, and that will import the entire form, okay? And it'll look like this. Under your forms, you'll see this one right here. Now, of course, I have a ton of forms, so don't worry about mine, but this is the one that you're gonna want to use, and I'll show you how to put it all together in just a bit. All right, so now that we imported the templates to our Funnel Freedom account, we're gonna come back to that step, but now we're gonna actually create the members area. Now, the members area, this could be where your course is held. It could also be as simple as a PDF, or it could be somewhere where your challenge is. This is simply a place where you can fulfill on your SLO. So remember, people are gonna buy this simple $5, $10, up to $67 thing, and you need to fulfill on that thing. So what I like to do is give people a members access, even if it's as small as a checklist or a PDF. Now, if you recall in part 3 of this SLO series, I showed you that you needed to create a no-brainer product, okay? So assuming that you've already created this product, we're now gonna go actually build it out in Funnel Freedom. So again, this is a tool or a template. It could be a challenge, a checklist, a PDF document. This is something that you're selling, right? This is your no-brainer product. So we're gonna go ahead and create that members area inside of Funnel Freedom, and I'll show you how to put all the pieces together. Now, I wanna mention this again. If you don't have a product, you're getting overwhelmed, remember at the end of this entire series, I'm gonna show you how you can white label my exact product products as your own for 100% commissions, and I'll show you how you can white label my funnel as well. But again, the whole purpose of this series is so you can build this out yourself, and at the end, I will give you an opportunity to clone my exact same process and even my team members. All right, so let's go ahead and create this members area. So we're gonna head over to our Funnel Freedom account, and we're gonna click on where it says memberships, okay? Now inside of memberships, this is where you can create a place where people can log in and get access to the videos or to the checklist, okay? Now I'm gonna go to under where it says courses, and I'm gonna go to products. Now, as you can see, I have many products. Some products are super simple. Like for example, if I click on this guide, you can see if I click on the guide here, it's as simple as literally just a link, right? So you can see this is simply a link to this product, okay? I don't even have a video to this actual product, okay? Now I can add a video and this would then be a course, but in this case, I'm just giving people a checklist, right? And all I'm doing, I'm like, hey, access this product here, and then I just have a link to that product, which is essentially just a Google document. But the main reason I have people create these products and membership areas is because, as you can see, as your business grows, you can go and create multiple different products, okay? So as you can see, for every product that I ever come out with, there's different products that I can go and create. The cool thing about this is I can just keep adding on, and people will have access to one members area, which will give them access to all the products that you're gonna sell in the future and right now. And if you wanna see what it looks like, this is an example of some of the products that someone will see. Of course, if someone buys all the products I ever sell, they're gonna see all the products that you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and create this actual members area, which is actually very simple, okay? So we have to start by creating the actual product itself. So what we're gonna do is under courses and products, we're gonna click on create product here. We're gonna go ahead and start from scratch, and it's gonna ask you what type of course you want to build. I'm simply gonna click on build your own right here, okay? So I'm gonna start building, and I'm just gonna name this SLO test for video, okay? But this is gonna be your main core product, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and create product, and as you can see, I can start building this out. Now, the way this is separated out is you have your categories, and under those categories is you have your actual post, okay? So for example, let's just say I wanna name this category module number 1, right? So whatever the product is, I can go ahead and save that, and if I go back, you can see I now have module number 1, but the content itself or the product that you're selling will typically be in a post, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and where it says blank post, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this right here. And inside of here, I can go ahead and add the product that I'm selling, right? So again, the name of the actual product. So I'm just gonna put SLO product for test. This is the no-brainer product that we created, okay? But right here, this is where you add the actual product itself. So if it's video, if it's a checklist, a PDF, I always like to add the product inside of this area, okay? Now, a quick note, if it says simple as a checklist or PDF, a lot of people will simply just email it like, hey, thank you for buying my $5 product. Here's an email, click the link and get access. And that will work. Again, the whole purpose of creating a members area is you're creating this community. As you build and stack more products in there, people are gonna have it all in one, right? Because people lose emails, they lose links. So the best way to do it is just have a members area, even if it's as simple as a checklist. But in this example, we're just gonna say this is a checklist, right? So again, we're just gonna put here is how you get access to your checklist, okay? We're just gonna say it's checklist for now. Again, this could be whatever product it is that you're selling for your SLO, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and all I have to do here is highlight this. I'm gonna click on this embedded link, and I could simply just add a link to a Google document, right? So for example, this step-by-step SLO guide, I'm actually gonna sell this in the future, and this is gonna be its own SLO. So for example, if I wanted to use this as the thing I'm selling, selling, I could simply hit share and get the link for the Google document and add it in here. Okay, so if I copy link here, I could go and add the link to this product. And now when people buy this product, they can simply get access here. Okay, now one thing I like to do is I want to put a lesson thumbnail here. Okay, and this just makes it look good, right? So when people are going through your course, it actually has like some nice thumbnails. It's not just like a blank slate, right? So you can either go create this in Canva, or you could simply use AI, which is really, really cool, right? So for example, I can go and create this on ChatGPT, and I'm going to just simply type in, create an image that says SLO training checklist. And then I'm going to say, show a funnel in the image with a lion and make sure it's this dimension. Okay. So I'm going to say that to ChatGPT, and it's going to take a few seconds, and it's going to create this image for me. And as you can see, the image is now done. Now, of course, if you don't like it, you can tell ChatGPT to create another image or be more specific. But for the purposes of this video, I want to show you that you can use AI for a lot of this stuff that we're going to be doing, which is very, very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Funnel Freedom. I'm going to add this as an image. So I could go ahead and click on here, and in the downloads, I can go ahead and simply upload this file. As you can see, there we go right here. I did that all in real time. And going back to my membership products, you'll notice that there's the training right there. Now, obviously, I'm doing this more as a test. I'm not actually going to use this for my branding and for my membership area. But as you start to create more and more products, you can kind of keep that same branding as you go. Now, the last thing you want to do here is simply create a custom domain. This is not absolutely necessary, but that way you have your own domain name for your membership area. And to do this, under courses, you'll see where it says settings. And then inside of here, you'll go to domain setup. And this is where you can create your custom domain. So that way, when people go to a certain website, that's going to be the website where they log in. Now, again, you don't have to do this, but this is more if you want to brand it for your own website. Okay. And last thing here is the branding. So if you go to where it says branding here, you can have it named and whatever color that you want. And as you can see, you can add your own images, your own banners, your own logos, all the stuff that you need that goes to your business. All right, so I hope you're getting excited. Now that you have your members area, you have access to Funnel Freedom and all the templates. We're almost there. The next step is we got to create the actual products that we're selling within the SLO or self-liquidating offer. So if you recall, in part 3, we created all these products, okay? So for example, you should have an order bump, which is something lower price between $17, $27. You can see I talked about this in part number 3. You should also have a few upsells, whether it's 2, 3, 4 upsells. So you should have that all figured out. And of course, the downsells as well. Okay. I explained all this in part number 3. So this step should be fairly simple if you have that already done. All we're doing is creating the product names and adding a price to them. And again, if you want to see an example of some of my products, I show you here inside of the SLO example, also in part 3, but you can go to the following links and see what I did for this SLO, okay? But this step, we're gonna go and create the products, okay? So number 4, we're gonna go create the actual products. And to do that, we're gonna go to Funnel Freedom, and we're gonna go to where it says payments, okay? Inside of payments, you're gonna see where it says products. So under products, you're gonna click on that, and you'll see where it says create product, okay? Fairly simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and create this product here, and we're gonna start with all of the products that you have, okay? The first one is your main core product, okay? So whether that's a $5 product or a $67, this is your main product, okay? Now, I don't want you to get confused here, because some people are gonna ask, well, didn't we create the product already inside the members area? Yes, we did, but that's the actual membership area. This is the product where you can actually charge for this, okay? That's the way it works. You'll see what I mean when we add this to the actual funnel itself, okay? So stick with me. It'll all make sense at the end, okay? So again, we're just gonna put SLO test product, and this is gonna be the main product, okay? So I'll just put main here, okay? You can write a description if you want. I actually don't really do that, so I'm gonna skip this. I'm not gonna add media here. All I want to do is go straight to the pricing of this product. So I'm just going to put $5 here. So this is a $5 product. We don't add anything else. We're not doing any variants because this isn't like a t-shirt or something like that. And that's it. So I'm just going to save this product here. And you'll notice if I go back, okay, so this product is now there. There's the product, as you can see, SLO test product. Okay. So now I can just go down the list. Okay. So the next thing is I want to add my order bumps. Okay. So again, I'm just going to go create product. I'm going to put SLO test and then I'm going to put order bump just so I know it's an order bump here. And again, if you recall in part number 3, I showed you how to create the order bump. So I'm not going to show you how to do all that now. We're just going to put it all together in this video. But if you're not sure on how to create the actual order bump or what it is, make sure to go watch part number 3. Okay. So again, here, I'm just going to put a title. I'm going to scroll all the way down. This is simply going to be a $27 product or whatever you want to price it at. I'm going to save that here. And simply, we're just going to go down the list. Okay. So I'm just going to go back here. So we have that. We have that. Now we need upsell number 1. So I'm going to go and create upsell number 1. So SLO test and upsell number 1. So I'm gonna go down again, and then this is gonna be a $97 product, okay? This is where it's a little bit different, okay? So if you recall in part number 3, I showed you that you can have multiple pricing for your upsells, right? So if people don't buy the $97, we can have a $77 version or a 3 payments of $27 or whatever we wanna do, okay? So let's just do one downsell of 77 and another downsell of 27. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to add another price here, and this one's going to be the $77 version, and then I'm going to do one more here, SLO pricing at 77, and then I'm going to add again one more SLO. We'll do 3 times $27, so this will be a monthly payment. Okay, so I do want to change the type here, so this goes from a one-time to reoccurring. We're going to do $27 because this is going to be 3 payments for $27, and it's going to be a monthly period. Okay, so we're going to bill them for 3 periods of $27. So that we're going to put right here, number of payments 3. So it will come out to 3 payments of $27. Okay, so that we're going to save that. And what's cool, if we go back here, you'll see upsell number 1 has 3 different prices. Okay, so that's basically how we do that. Okay, you're going to see how we do it once we add it to the funnel, but we're essentially just creating the products. Okay, so very, very simple. I'm going to do one more here. I'm going to put create product, SLO upsell number 2 now. We're going to go down. We're going to put, I don't know, 197, we'll say. We're going to add another pricing structure. We'll say 147. And then we'll do one more. Let's see, SLO test. It wants me to name it. So I'm going to put 147 so I don't get confused. And then again, I'm going to add another price. And what we're going to do is we'll do 4 times, I don't know, 57. Okay, I'm just kind of making up some numbers for now. Again, you should have all this designed from part number 3. This is just kind of plug and play now. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and save that. Hopefully that'll save. And that's it. So you'll see here, now we have our main product, our order bump, our upsells, and our upsell number 2 with the multiple pricing tiers. So now we can move on to the next step, which is creating the actual funnel, adding the product so we can start collecting money. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so step number 5, we're going to completely customize your SLO funnel. Now remember, we've already imported the funnel, so I try to make it as easy as possible for you to simply copy and paste your products in your own copy. So I'm going to show you how to do that using the template that I gave you. Okay, so we've already done step number 2, so we're going to go back and now we're going to actually customize that funnel so we can go ahead and go live with it. Okay, so we're going to go back to Funnel Freedom, and we're going to go back again to sites under funnels. Now I have a ton of funnels, so don't pay attention to mine, but you will see something that says SLO funnel template. Okay, so we're going to start with this. This is your base funnel that I'm going to go ahead and give you. Okay, so all we're going to do here is we're going to simply edit every single page. Okay, so the first page we need to edit is the opt-in page. Okay, so very simply, we're going to go ahead and hit edit right here. And I've tried to make it super easy where all you have to do is just basically add in your info. Okay, so whatever your product name is. Okay, so let's just say it's an Instagram growth course or checklist or some sort of challenge, whatever that name is, you're going to go ahead and just type that in. Okay, so for example, again, we're just going to put, SLO test product. whatever that product is. And let's just say we're going to sell that for $5. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and add a headline. Again, this headline is going to be something that talks about the dream outcome that you're going to give them. If you need help with this, I would just go to ChatGPT and ask it to write a headline based on what you're offering and what you're selling. Now, if you want to see my headlines, again, you can go to the checklist here, and at the top, you'll notice you can see my headline for my SLO or for my challenge, right? So you can see I follow the exact same method that I'm giving you guys. This is the headline that I use. So you can kind of see mine if you want some inspiration, depending on whatever product it is that you're selling, okay? But you'll notice I give you the exact template that I'm personally using, and I've sold over 60,000 people into this challenge, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and write your headline here. Now this part, you can either add your own video or a VSL, or you can simply add a photo. Now, I will say adding a video sales letter or VSL, it's very powerful, okay? If you go to mine, you'll notice if you look at it, it's essentially a video that walks them through what they're gonna get. So you can very simply do that. You can create like a slideshow and just record yourself creating a quick video. Or if you don't wanna do that, you could simply just add a photo, and I showed you how to do that already, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and add this here. Now, what we do have to do next is add a form. So this will probably look blank, okay? So nothing is gonna show up here right away. It's probably gonna show up blank. So we need to go ahead and add a form, okay? So to do that, you're simply going to click on this area right here. So right now, this is probably not showing, but we need to click on here, and we're gonna go ahead and add the form, okay? Now inside of here, we wanna choose the form that we just uploaded, okay? So remember, we just got the form on step number 2. So we called it SLO form template, and that'll bring the exact form that you need, okay? Now, this is simply just a form that people can enter their name and email, and I'll show you how to customize this as well, but this is what we're doing, okay? I'm giving you everything that you need, okay? So we add this here, we're gonna add a headline, and then we just start going through the process, right? Don't worry with and then your product name, you will be able to, and then the result that they want, and then without needing, and then you can add in some things that they don't need. Now, I tried my best to give you some examples of some of the things that I say. Obviously, if it's a different type of product, you're gonna wanna change these up, but you can kind of see some examples of what I'm doing, okay? Next thing is the product stack. So you'll see, what's included in whatever your product name is, and then if you have some free bonuses, this is always a great idea, okay? So cool name for your bonus product number 1, give it a value, and then of course, give it like some sort of description, so you can kind of see what I did here. Same thing with this one, and then give them a total cost. For me, I say total value of $9.91, and then get access today for $5 or $9 or whatever that is, okay? Again, you could very simply click on this button here. You can tell it what to do. So if I click on this, you'll see at the bottom it says, what do you want this button to do? What I want it to do is scroll to element form, okay? So all that means is when people click on this, it's just going to scroll up and it's going to go to the form. And when people go to the form and they click on ready, that's going to go to the next step, which is what we want, okay? But again, as people go through here, we're going to have multiple buttons, okay? All right, so as we go through this, we're going to have an image here. So you could create an image like this again in ChatGPT, or just have a professional create an image for you. This just gives it a really cool, kind of what people are going to get. It just looks really nice, okay? And this is like your product picture. And then of course, if you have testimonials, you can go ahead and add those here. And again, just fill out all the things that I tell you to fill out here. As you can see, if you don't have testimonials, then you could just simply take this out. So you can just delete that here. But of course, if you have testimonials, absolutely have them. Last thing here is I do like a frequently asked questions. So you can see all the questions that people may ask. And I go ahead and put those in there, right? So if I want to go and change that, or I could go ahead and change all this, just very simply, obviously for this right here, who's Jonathan Montoya? It's very simple to do, right? Over here where it says list item number 1, click on the on the list item, click on the list item number 1, and you could simply put a little biography for yourself, and you can kind of go down the list, okay? So essentially, I've given you the entire framework. You're basically just changing it to match your style and your products, okay? Very important, always save and publish no matter what you do. So save, publish, and you'll have that entire thing done, okay? So that's gonna be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna save that for now, but yeah, we're just gonna go down the list, okay? The next one here is the order page, okay? So what I want to show you first is before you start editing this, we want to add the product, okay? So remember on the last step, we went ahead and created the products already. So now we're just going to simply plug and play, okay? Very easy. So we're going to go to products here. We're going to go to add products, and now we're just going to find all the products. So remember we created this SLO main right here. So we're going to add that product. We're going to choose the price for that. Let's see here. Yep. So we're going to do save. Now remember we added a bump product, which I'll show you what that looks like. So we're going to add that to the order page right away. So we're going to go to add product. We're going to look for SLO test order bump. We're going to go to the price. Now, really important, if it's an order bump, you're going to go to additional options here, and you do have to choose bump product, okay? Really, really important, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second, and then make sure to save that. And there we go. So there we go. It says it's a bump. Now, of course, you can add multiple bumps if you have those. I actually have multiple bumps on mine. So let me show you an example of what my order bumps look like. So if I go to my page, you'll notice I have 2 order bumps. So I have one here and one right here, and you could add multiple order bumps. So again, this just allows you to make more money and give people amazing products, right? So I have, people can spend right out of the gate $63, which is going to increase my ACV or average cart value. Okay, so once you have your products inside of here, now we're going to add the actual order bumps to the page. So once we added them to the products section, I'll show you how to add them to the actual funnel now. Okay, so we have to do this last step. We're going to go back to overview here. Now we don't have to put the upsells just yet. We actually do those later on down the funnel. Okay, so don't worry about that just yet. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to this page. We're going to go and edit this, and we're going to go ahead and add the order bumps. Okay, just like I showed you in the example. Okay, so same thing here. Here's you're going to fill out all this stuff, which we'll do in a little bit, but I want to show you how to add the order bump. Okay, so if I click on this order form right here, this is the order form, and you'll see where it says advanced, and under advanced, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look where it says enable order bump. Okay, so I want to make sure that's enabled. And then I'm going to simply add bump product. Okay, so it's going to ask you what product is this. Remember, we just added it to the funnel. We're going to click that SLO test order bump headline. So this is simply the headline, right? So if you look at my products, you can kind of look at what it is. So I'm just going to put SLO checklist, right? Or whatever it is, and then just say you need this product because XYZ, right? Whatever that is. Okay, it's only $27. And then I'm just going to hit save, and there we go. There's your SLO right there. Super simple, super easy, right? And when people check on this, it's going to add that $27 product. Okay, again, always save and publish before you do anything. But before you do that, again, just fill out all this information, right? I made it really easy to plug and play. I do have my logo at the top here, so make sure to change that out. So that's just the logo, or you can just delete that if you'd like. Main thing here is you want to put an image of the product itself, and then here's the stack that we did in the previous page. Okay, so you can simply copy that. And then of course, I like to have some testimonials. If you don't have these, you're going to want to delete those. But of course, if you do have them, absolutely put those in. Okay, so you're going to save and publish that, and now your page is done. Okay, now your order page, so people can technically start to order. Okay, next thing here is we just want to go through and do all the upsells. Okay, so we're going to click on upsell number 1, and we do have to add the product. So we're going to go to products here. We're going to go to add product again. We're going to go to upsell number 1. Now remember, we created different tiers for upsell number 1. So you'll notice where it says price, it's going to say which tier do you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the $97 tier. But then when we go to downsell 1 and 2, we can click on the lower tiers. Okay, and that's where we start giving that discount. So again, I'm going to go $97 here. We're going to save that. And then same thing here, guys. You'll notice here, this is just a one-click upsell. So one thing that's really important is when you're editing this page, obviously you're going to want to edit the headline. You're going to want to put an image or a video. And then this right here, this button, you have 2 buttons. Okay, so remember at this point, someone has bought your $5 thing. This page is simply an upsell, meaning if they click on this button, it's automatically going to charge their credit card. Okay, so you want to show them right away, this is a one-click checkout. Yes, I want it, or no. Okay, you don't want to charge them if they don't actually want the product. Okay, because they're going to do chargebacks. accident. It's not going to be fun. Okay. So you'll notice here, if I click on this button and we scroll down, the button actions should be set, but if it's not, it'll say one click up or down sell product. Okay. And all we want to do is tell it what product it is. So it's the SLO test upsell number 1. Remember, we just added that product. Now here's something really, really important. Okay. If they purchase this upsell number 1, we want them to go to a different step. We don't want them to go to the next step because they've already purchased this. Okay. Really important to understand this. Okay. So what we want them to do is we want them to go to upsell number 2. We don't want them to go to the downsell. Okay. So we're going to click on this and we're going to change this to upsell number 2. Okay. Again, we don't want to go to the downsell because they've already bought the product. Okay. So we're gonna go to upsell number 2. Really important. Okay. Don't forget this step. Really, really important. Okay. Now this right here, if they happen to say no, then we want to send them to the next page, okay? Which is the next step, okay? So next step is fine here. So we're gonna go ahead and save that. And then I'm gonna go back here and same thing, okay? So now this is good, this is good, this is good. We gotta do this one next, okay? So downsell number 1. Again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to products, we're gonna go to add product. Now we're gonna choose upsell number 1. Remember, we have different pricing tiers. So we have, now we're gonna do the $77 and then we're gonna save that, okay? So it's all connected now, okay? So there we go. Now I'm gonna show you how to do this just a few more times. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this page here. And I'm doing this all in real time, guys. That way you can see this, okay? So inside of here, I'm basically saying, hey, I'm just gonna give you $20 off because I think this product is worth it, okay? So whatever the product name is, same thing here. I'm gonna click on this button. You gotta link the product, okay? So we're gonna, which product is this? Down here, it's a one-click upsell. We're gonna say this is this product. Again, if they click this, we wanna go to the upsell number 2, okay? So select step. We're gonna go to upsell number 2. And then same with this one. If they say no, we wanna send them to the next step to buy the upsell and downsells, okay? So this one's fine. It just says button link to next step, okay? So just really be conscious of what you're doing, what the buttons are doing. We don't want this one to go to the next step. We want them to go to the next upsell, okay? Okay, save and track that. And then just keep going down the line, okay? So it should all make sense now. And then same thing with upsell number 2. Remember, we created multiple tiers with that. We had a payment plan. So make sure you're choosing the right products, okay? So same thing with this one here. Simply, I made it super easy for you guys. So all you have to do is go inside of here, add the product again. So we're gonna click on this, go down. What product is it? See, so I didn't add the product first, so now it's not showing, okay? See how there's no product there? So there's no product, it's not gonna work. So what we have to do again is we gotta add the right product to the downsell number 2, okay? So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to products. Again, if there's no products, you can't link anything, okay? So we're gonna add product. Gonna go to upsell number 1 still. Price, we're gonna do the 3 pay of 27 and then save that, okay? So I hope this is making sense, okay? I know it's a little bit in-depth, kind of technical, but this is just how it works, right? This is how you make a lot of money with this, okay? As you can see now, I just gotta make sure this button is good. So I click on that, scroll down under products, there we go. And then again, we wanna go to the upsell number 2. Yeah, this one is just next step and save and publish, okay? And that's it, guys. You just kind of keep going through that and make sure everything's filled out. And then of course you can change this how you want, right? Like if you don't want, upsell number 3, you can get rid of that. Very easy to do. You can just click on upsell number 3 and you could simply get rid of that right here where it says the X and get rid of that. Okay. So this is just what's worked really, really well for me. That's why I'm giving you this exact framework. You don't have to copy that to the T. You can change it up as you need. All right, so now let's go to step number 6. And this is where we're gonna create the automations. So when people buy our products, so essentially it's like, okay, they purchase this product. How do they get access to their products? And do they get an email? Do they get a text message? So I'm gonna show you how to do that inside of Funnel Freedom, okay? So very simply, we're gonna go to where it says automation, and we're gonna go ahead and automate this entire thing. We're gonna build this out from scratch. So as you see, I have dozens and dozens of automations, okay? So don't worry about mine for now. We're gonna create a new workflow, okay? We're gonna start here and we're gonna hit start from scratch, and we're just gonna name this workflow whatever you wanna name it. I'm just gonna put SLO test for video, so I know to delete that later. And then this is where we want to start adding the triggers. Okay, so again, in this case, we want them to get access to the members area once they buy that product. Okay, so we're gonna go to add new trigger, and I'm just gonna go to order submitted. Okay, and we want to select which order it is. Okay, so global product, and then we're gonna type in whatever the product is. So again, SLO training, whatever the product is. Okay, you just want to add that product. Okay, so what happens is, so what we're saying here is when someone orders that product, which again we named it, when someone orders this, so I'm gonna put order submitted SLO training just so I can see that. When someone orders this, I want it to do something. Okay, so this is where we tell it to do something. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to add a tag. Okay, this is not necessary, I just really like to do this. That way you can track what people are doing inside of your funnel. Okay, you can see I have dozens and dozens and dozens of tags. It's insane. But for you, you could simply just say, SLO, training bot, right? Training and then bot. Okay, something like that. Whatever the thing you're selling, right? And then you could simply go to add new tag here, and it's going to add that tag. Okay, so I'm not going to do that one here. I'm just going to pick a random one that I have, but essentially it just creates a buyer. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time. Add contact tag. I'm just going to put buyer, save action, boom. So it's adding a tag. All right, so once we add this tag, the next thing we want to do is we want to grant them access to the members area. Okay, so we're gonna do one more thing here, and I'll show you exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a new page here, and remember what we did before in the previous step is we created this product here. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to create an offer that basically it ties it to this product. Okay, so just follow the steps, you'll see what I mean here. So if I go to courses and I click on offers, okay, again, this is all under memberships, then we're gonna click on courses, okay, and then we're gonna click on offers. Okay, now very simply we're gonna go ahead and create an offer. So I'm just gonna put again SLO test for training video, just so I know to delete this later. Products, we want to go ahead and tie it to our products. SLO test for video. For price, we're actually gonna leave it at free, and the reason why is because we've already created the product in the funnel. Okay, so you'll see what I mean in just a little bit. Okay, so if I hit create, it's gonna go ahead and create this offer that links it to that members area. So essentially is we're gonna grant people access to this product. Okay, now once that's created, as you can see, now we have the offer done, and it links the actual product. Okay, and the product again is the members area essentially. Okay, so now that that's done, we could go back to our automation, and now what we're gonna do is grant access. Okay, so I'm gonna hit plus here. I'm gonna put grant access. Okay, grant course offer. So we want to look for this, and we're gonna look for the offer that we just created. And if we keep scrolling, you can see there it is, SLO training for video test. That's the offer, and we're gonna select that. Okay, so this is what's happening. Again, when people purchase that product, it's gonna add a tag. Now they're a buyer's tag, and then it's gonna say, hey, grant them access to the course. Okay, so that's it. That's all you have to do here. And then of course, if you want to add more, you can. If you want to add like another email, right? So some people want to send an email, you can do that very easily. You can very easily add a SMS or a text. So if you go to SMS, you could do some sort of text. You could do a voice note. Like you can do a lot of cool things in this automation. But for the purposes of this video, I just want to show you kind of the quick thing that you can do to kind of grant access. Okay, so same goes with any of the upsells or the order bumps. You have to go ahead and grant access to all the products. Okay, and when you do that, all you have to do is hit publish, and that's it. You save and publish, and when people buy that product, now they're going to get access to that members area. All right, so the final step of this process is we're going to create the abandoned cart sequence. So essentially what that means is, let's just say someone opts in or they enter their email on that first page, but they don't buy. What we want to do is we want to send them a nurture sequence that's going to get them to want to buy your product. So again, I'm going to refer back to video number 3 because we've actually created these emails. Okay, so right here where it says create your email automations, we want to create an opt-in sequence and also a buyer sequence. But in this case, I want to focus on the opt-in sequence. Okay, so again, when people enter their email on this page here, so let me show you what this looks like. So this is what it looks like here. So when people enter their information, but they don't buy on the order page, we want to go ahead and send them some follow-up emails. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to show you how to very simply do that inside of Funnel Freedom. We're going to go again back to automation. information, and we're gonna go ahead and create a new workflow, okay? So we have a workflow for the grant access, but we wanna create a new one. So we're gonna hit create workflow, start from scratch. I'm gonna name this opt-in, but didn't buy, and then I'll put SLO video test, just so I know I can delete this later, okay? Now we wanna add a trigger. We wanna trigger the event, so we're gonna go ahead and add new trigger, and we're gonna hit form, okay? Form submitted. So we're gonna click on this right here. We wanna say when people hit this form here, okay? So remember the form was SLO form template. So when people enter an email using that form, I'm gonna trigger something to happen. Okay, again, so once you have the trigger, I'm gonna go ahead and just simply add a tag. Again, you don't have to do this, but I really like to make sure I know where everyone is at. So I'm gonna just go ahead and create a tag for this. I'm gonna put SLO funnel opted in and then add new tag. All right, and then after the tag, we could simply start adding the emails, okay? So again, we're just gonna hit plus here, and we could simply start adding email after email, okay? So I'm gonna put send email, you know, we wanna put action name, email number 1, from name, you know, your name, Jonathan Montoya, your email, the subject, right? Why didn't you buy? Again, you should have these written out already, you know, something like that. And then, you know, write the email, test email, just right there, okay? And then we could simply start adding this, okay? Then we could just go to wait a day, or we could do, yeah, wait, you know, 1 day or 2 days, and then just add an email after email after email, okay? As you can see, right? Email number 2, and so on and so forth, okay? And the whole purpose here is, again, we want to get people to buy, okay? And again, I explained that in depth in part 3 of this series, so you can see these are the types of emails that I would recommend, okay? And then at the end, make sure to save and publish this. That way you have this ready to go. Now, I want to congratulate you because you should have your entire SLO or self-liquidating funnel to start helping you get customers and traffic as fast as humanly possible. You see, in my opinion, this is one of the most powerful things that you can have in your business, whether you're an affiliate or whether you have your own products. So congratulations. Now, in the next video in this series, I'm going to show you how to use ads to get people to buy your products extremely quickly. I'm going to show you exactly how to run the ads, how to do the tracking, how to do the campaigns. You're going to have everything from A to Z in the next video in this series. And of course, if you stick to the very end of this series, the very last video, I'm gonna show you how you can copy my exact funnel as your own, as a white label, and you can use my team, my COO, my sales team, my support as your own. But you have to watch till the end of this series. That way, if you don't wanna create your own SLO, you can use mine as your own and get 100% commissions. So make sure to watch till the end. I hope this video was of value, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.